Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play of ReZero, Life in Another World, Prophecy of the Throne. Where we last left off, we were having a meeting with Anastasia, and we're still doing that. That means they're all part of the Iron Fang.
I see. So I was just preaching to the choir, huh?
I'm not sure what that means, but does this reassure you, Natsuki? Thank you for your time, and for being so considerate. I've come to know you quite well now, so do come see me if you ever need anything. Of course, if it's something I'm particularly interested in, I'll gladly put a stake into helping you.
My lady, is he a guest of honor or something?
That's right. He's a very important client of mine. Good job remembering that phrase.
Yay! Then he's Mimi's important client too. If you're ever in trouble, you can come talk to me too, mister.
Overwhelmed by all this, Romanee tepidly leaves the tavern. Anastasia's the freaking best!
You were, how do I put this? Quite amazing.
That's one way to put it, but I agree. So, that's the real Anastasia.
I know it's only logical that it happened, but the way they treated us was much different than when Emilia was around. It's enough of a difference that I'm honestly surprised at how kind she was towards Emilia. I don't think she was that much different. In fact, I would say she was actually pretty fair to Subaru. Actually, no, she pretty much acted the same.
We still managed to warn them, though I'm unsure if they took it seriously.
At the very least, they did not outright ignore your warning. Miss Anastasia does not appear to be so intolerant.
If that paves the way to something greater, then I'd have no complaints.
I can't tell if the impression we left on Anastasia from our meeting today was good or bad, or if it had any influence on her. She doesn't think I show her any ill will, at least.
I can't rule out the possibility that she'll think I'm incompetent if I come to her with useless information. She does seem like the type that has no patience for incompetence.
Since we're not part of her inner circle or anything, we'll be evaluated by how much we can bring to the table.
Telling her about the assassin didn't do much, so I'll have to prepare something more suited to her palate next time.
But what could she possibly want?
She's a merchant, so maybe something she could profit from.
I'm positive one of your outlandish ideas will resonate with Miss Anastasia.
Thanks for the support. That was you being supportive, right?
And again, it isn't clear whether my meeting with Anastasia yielded any result. Thus,
next is Priscilla, but...
Is something worrying you?
Well, if you ask me, there's nothing about this that I don't find worrying.
I only met Priscilla the once, and having that pompous exchange with me in front of the appas cellar stall. But even though it was just that once, she left more than enough of an impression of being a pain to deal with. Was that, and that with the guy Al, was it? Including him, they're the strangest people I met, bar none.
I honestly don't know where to start with them. Do you have any ideas, Rem?
This is not my forte, but I believe it would be rude to make an appearance without a gift in hand. If you know of anything Miss Priscilla might like, it would be a good idea to bring it with you.
A gift, huh? But what would she like?
We only met the once, so I can only go off of the impression she left behind. My impression of Priscilla.
She's gorgeous, selfish, and conceited. She's also very eccentric, ignorant of the world, and red.
Red, you say?
Yeah, very, very red.
So something red that Miss Priscilla would like.
It's pretty tough. Wait a second.
Talking it out like this makes me realize one red thing Priscilla is interested in. And that very thing is appas. Because she doesn't know what appas are.
What's up, kid? So, You like this place enough to come back, do you?
Oh, you remember me this time. I must be moving on up in the world. I never thought the day would come that you'd recognize me.
Don't make it sound like I can't put a face to a customer. It ain't easy remembering someone who only came by once over a month ago. Ah, but the pretty girl you've got with you is different. I always remember pretty faces.
Thank you. But please take a good look at Subaru. His gallant appearance is not so easily forgettable after a passing glance.
I don't know about gallant, but some people have said my eyes haunt them in their dreams.
I don't agree with the young lady, but you've got a messed up sense of humor, kid. Anyway, you came all the way out here. Am I wrong in thinking you didn't come just to chat?
Of course. Or, well, I want to say that, but...
But... Oh, right. Your message. Don't worry, I passed it along. His expression changed when I told him, though. Not sure what that was all about.
I understand your curiosity, but it's not something I can talk about openly. Sorry.
Doesn't bother me. Nothing good comes from sticking your nose into other people's business anyway. Besides, the old man helped me out once too, so it's no problem.
Then I won't pry either. Who cares about what happened between two old dudes anyway?
Shut it!
Sir, about our business here.
Ah, right. So, what do you want? You are buying something, right?
Yes, we're paying customers. Relax. But before we do, I want to ask you something. Have you seen a princess in red walk by here today? Or maybe yesterday?
A princess in red?
I know it's really vague, but how else do I describe her? Once you hear that, you exactly know who Priscilla is. I decided to get her some appas that she found so interesting as a gift for when we visit her. But if she already stopped by here and brought out the shop herself, it'd be pointless. Fortunately, the stall still haven't closed, so there were no traces of Priscilla purchases.
So, did you?
I'm not getting it. Who is this red princess you're talking about?
Seeing him shake his head means that he really doesn't know her.
Never mind. If she didn't immediately come to mind, you must not have seen her.
I still don't get it, but what does that mean for you? Are you not gonna buy anything if this red princess of yours didn't stop by?
The opposite, actually. If she did pass by, there'd be no reason for me to be here right now. So, in that case, I'll be taking 10 appas today, too. Everyone loves when I bring them a good batch of these.
Well, that's great. I'll get them ready for you.
Thanks.
Appas as her gift. Will they really be enough?
I get why you're worried, but this is our best shot. These will whet her appetite for sure. Although, the reason she's interested in them is a bit strange.
Either out of ignorance or her noble upbringing, she doesn't know about whole unpeeled appas. If I emphasize that point, she should be excited to take them.
Now, let's just hope the manor Al told us about isn't empty.
Why, if it isn't Subaru.
Huh? That voice.
That's right. It's me, Sakura. Do you remember?
Oh, what a coincidence meeting you here like this.
You've got that right. Subaru and Rem was... So we meet again.
Sakura, whom I met rather unexpectedly, shows us a soft smile. She had come to Roswell Manor as an emissary along with Tiga, but I was unable to meet with her at the church yesterday.
It is a pleasure seeing you today, Miss Sakura. Thank you for your visit to our manor as an emissary the other day.
Oh no, that's just part of my job. Did you two come to the royal capital for business too?
Yep. We went to pay a visit to the church yesterday, but...
Yes, I've heard about that from Melty and Tiga. Oh, that reminds me. You've heard, haven't you?
Huh? About what?
Oh, come now. Don't be like that. About Melty, of course.
Oh, that. It was more like Melty blurted everything out on her own.
How would I be able to contact them while hiding the fact that I know Melty is a royal candidate? I was really concerned about that, but Melty being an airhead, being the airhead she is, let everything slip out, which was rather convenient for me.
Well, secrets always find some way to leak. It's not as if we could hide it forever anyway.
You mean...
Sakura was surprised for a moment, it almost as if she was talking about what to come tomorrow. Tomorrow, he'll discuss the delay of the royal selection at the castle. Does Melty Camp know about that already?
Well, it makes sense for them to know about it. I guess?
Tika mentioned it before, but Melty was the last royal candidate to make herself known. Because of that, they accepted the responsibility of delivering the news to Roswell. If during all this they were in frequent contact with the Council of Wise Men, they may have heard something they weren't supposed to yet. On top of that, the mediator of the civil official, Rickett, is one of Melty's sympathizers. I wouldn't put him past letting a few things leak out here and there. That's why.
The secret couldn't be hidden forever. You can't stop people from flapping their gums after all.
My, what an interesting expression. Flapping their gums. Yes, that's exactly... My, what an interesting expression. Flapping their gums. Yes, that's exactly it.
Sakura nods along at my statement. She generally gives off a gentle impression, but the air about her becomes tense.
Miss Sakura?
What is it?
What business do you have here? Is it in regards to the royal selection?
No, not at all. I was dispatched as Melty Antigua's overseer, after all.
Their overseer?
I didn't know that. Melty and Tiga are childhood friends, so I thought you were just as close to them.
Oh, don't get me wrong. They are quite dear to me. However, I follow the will of the church above all else. Well, to be exact, I obey Mother's wishes.
Mother? Is your mom some bigwig in the Transcendent Dragon Church or something?
Oh my, aren't you a curious little thing? If you keep up this inquiry, Rem and Miss Amelia will broil in jealousy, you know.
I will not be overridden with jealousy over this. Even if I was to be broiled, I would be broiled to perfection.
That's an interesting expression.
Well, anyway, while I support Melty, I have no reason to fret over her campaign.
But the church wants Melty to succeed, right?
I avoid mentioning anything about her goal of becoming the next ruler, considering where we are, but even without mentioning it, it's still implied.
At any rate, the royal selection will make a decision before long now. Call it a hunch.
I'll keep that in mind. Let's do things honorably and duel this out fair and square.
Very good. Though Melty and Miss Amelia are the contenders, not us.
That's true, but still...
I scratch my head at her candor.
Well, I don't want to intrude and be on the receiving end of Rem's glares any longer, so I'll be going.
Rem would never be so impolite, but thank you for your consideration.
How very cute. Now you be careful, Subaru. Treat a girl wrong and you'll come to regret it later.
If you mean Rem, then I already know that firsthand.
I've been on the receiving end of Rem torment before. It's been firmly embedded in my mind that making these girls angry never ends well.
Man, she just didn't let up. Anyway, funny seeing her here.
It would seem Sir Tika and Miss Sakura are advisors to Miss Melty. Rem was being cautious, but we should both be wary of letting any sensitive information slip.
I think we did fine. I don't remember saying anything I shouldn't
Even though
have.
I'm prepared for it, I don't think I'll ever get used to probing others like that. I wonder if there's a way to make this easier.
Hey, kid!
Oh, whoa. What's up? You scared me.
Don't give me that. I already finished getting your appas together, so I was waiting for you to finish your little chat.
Oh, we apologize for not noticing sooner. We will pay right away.
Thanks. You know, my customers wouldn't be happy for making them wait so long. If I was busy, that is.
It's kinda sad that you'd acknowledge that.
Shut it! Here's your appas and thanks for the business.
Pushed away by his intense voice, we shuffled off to our next destination, the estate of the Red Princess, Priscilla.
This is Miss Priscilla's manor.
Well, it certainly looks the part. There's gold everywhere you look, and the courtyard's filled with all these strange-looking sculptures.
This is my first time actually coming here, but as I thought, this place is beyond anything I ever imagined.
You think there's a solid gold statue of Priscilla around here? If they have this much bad taste to show off, you'd think they'd go the extra mile.
Whoa there. That's awfully rude of you to say when you came to peep into someone else's home.
That voice.
You're lucky I overheard you and not the princess. Otherwise your head would be on the chopping block. Words can lead to war, you know.
Subaru, please stand back. This man is highly suspicious.
I get it, but calm down, Rem. I know he looks extremely weird, but he's on the other side of the gate. That can only mean...
He is a dubious home invader.
No!
What a funny little lady. And she's got an equally amusing guy with her. Look, I won't say anything, so just scram. The princess is more fickle than a cat, so you'll be in big trouble if you offend her.
Thanks for the warning. But while a part of me would love to go home, I can't just turn back now.
Oh? So you're saying you have a reason to be here then? Exactly what kind of business do you have with us?
Let your princess know that the envoy of royal candidate Amelia has arrived, and we'd appreciate a little chat.
And? You've gone through the trouble of stealing away my time. So this must be of appropriate value, no?
Priscilla tilts her head slightly at me, wordlessly pressuring me with just as much intensity as Crochet and Anesthesia. But unlike those two who pressured me at the opportune moment, Priscilla threatened me, my very being, with her constant frightening aura. Crochet and Anesthesia occasionally turned into lioness as they were talking, but Priscilla is always in that heightened state.
All I can do is shrivel away under this lion's gaze.
I get how you feel, bro. But if you stay quiet like that, the princess's mood will change in a snap.
I know that! And who are you calling bro?
Isn't that obvious? I'm talking about you.
Be quiet, Al. I am the one making conversation here. When did I ever give you permission to interrupt?
Right. Shutting up now.
Al waves his one arm and goes quiet in an almost detached manner. I want to question him some more, but it looks like that's not going to happen now. If I take my eyes off of Priscilla, my head will definitely be rolling. I died in this world plenty of times to at least know how deadly Priscilla can be.
Well, first off, thank you for granting us this audience.
Cease your pointless preambles. Do not waste my precious time. Be quick about it and get to the point.
Got it. Then first, take this.
Engulfing her intimidation, I nervously hold out the bag of apples. Unlike at the Soul, the apples feel like heavy rocks in a failed bag. Inside this palace, I start doubting if this was the right choice of offering. No, I can't hesitate. The die has long since been cast. All that's left is to hope for a favorable outcome.
And what is this?
We thought it'd be rude to visit empty-handed, so we brought a gift. I got them from a stall I'm fond of. I can guarantee their quality. Not to mention,
What now?
I thought they might pique your interest in some way.
Al?
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
I'll take the bag of at Priscilla's order. He peeks inside and tilts his covered head.
Huh? this is your gift to the princess?
Yep. You can inspect it to your heart's content, but that won't change what it is.
Inspect it? Hey, little lady. Are you sure this isn't some kind of mistake?
No, there's no mistake. That is exactly what Subaru bought.
Oh, come on.
After hearing our answer, I can almost see the bewilderedness through his helmet. Seeing his night confusion, Priscilla impatiently rests her chin on one of her hands.
What is it, Al? Don't just stand there in confusion for so long. Show me what they brought.
That's, well, I'd love to, but I think it'd just anger you, princess. I can't imagine you being too thrilled over this.
I shall be the one to decide as such. Do not make me repeat myself, Al.
Yes, your highness.
Wait.
Yes, your highness. This is what they've gifted you.
Al casually walks over to Priscilla and shows her the content of the bag. Her response will decide Rem and my fate. Thinking of it that way, maybe I shouldn't have brought Rem along. She will be a witness to my downfall. Although if Priscilla goes off the deep end, I don't know how I would escape without Rem.
Please don't let it turn out like that. Please.
As I fervently beg and plead for my life and my mind, Priscilla's expression changed when she peeks inside the bag. That's when
What is this strange fruit?
I hear the exact response I was hoping for.
To think appas are originally red. It appears you have managed not to start this off with a blunder by gifting them to me ripened and unpeeled like this.
Priscilla then proceeded to eat a piece of an apple that was cut and neatly arranged on a plate. I heard the crunch of her biting the fresh fruit, and a tangy aroma whiffed through the room.
Still, though.
What is it, Al? Is there an issue?
No, I know it's fine for you to eat something after it's been checked for poison. But it kind of excites me when I think how you're basically eating my leftovers.
Fool.
Ow! My armor doesn't protect me there.
It's only natural for my beauty to arouse men. But do not announce it each time.
Oh, wait, Fred!
And I will not forbid your It's only natural for my beauty to arouse men. But do not announce it each time. Indulge yourself in silence. And to ruminate on such affairs. Doing so would only be cruel.
So, you'll let me conjure up as many indecent thoughts as I want, princess?
I told you not to speak of it.
You have a rather interesting master-servant relationship. Is Sir Al your knight, Miss Priscilla?
Him? My knight? Do not make me laugh. He is but a mere jester who entertains me, so I keep him nearby. In that sense, that half-devil girl is doing the same. Do not tell me this commoner is her knight.
I may not be her knight, but don't ever call Amelia a half-devil again. I won't allow it.
Half-elf is a derogatory term for half-elf. I've seen twice now at the postponement discussion just how hurt Emilia looked after being called that. I can't let something like that slide just because Emilia isn't here.
Are you commanding me? I will only forgive such impudence once, in light of your merit in gifting me appas. My kindness will not be exerted a second time.
The same goes for you. Amelia is a half-elf. You have no right to call her a half-devil.
She narrows her eyes. Did someone just bite me? No, okay. She narrowed her eyes, doubling on her intimidating aura. Honestly, it feels like my organs are being squashed.
Subaru.
Rem looked at me with concern from being beside me. It seemed like she planned to risk her life to protect me if Priscilla were to go on the offensive. While I appreciate her resolve, I rein her in with a wave of my hand. Rem can be quick to jump the gun, so I don't want her to do anything hasty. Finally.
Princess? This conversation isn't really going anywhere. So maybe you ought to show some leniency here.
Are you telling me to yield, Al?
I know you think it means the same as losing, but I think showing some tolerance here would be a big win for you. I'm sure you'd get a little on edge if people started mocking you for your chest size behind your back, wouldn't you?
My breasts represent my abundant heart. Why would I ever get upset about anyone pointing that out?
Really? And to be honest, I've been internally calling out your big boobs all the time, but that's no!
Priscilla beat Al up, then folded her arms in a way that emphasized her roaring to his chest. Her eyes glazed at me once again.
My jester's antics have swayed my interest. I will pretend I never heard you.
Hey, wait, what about our meeting?
Subaru, please step back.
Rem?
Rem grabs my arm and pulled me back. Priscilla curls her lips as she stared Rem down.
This demi-human maid of yours seems to be far more composed. You must find it quite agitating dealing with a companion like him.
Rem stays with Subaru by choice.
I cannot understand how you see some charm in such a commoner.
Priscilla slowly shakes her head, then abruptly points a finger at Rem and me.
I have received your gift of appas, and your faces have been looked over by my eyes. You may return from this audience with that honor. That is all I have left to say. I have no intention of wasting any more of my time on you.
Wait a minute!
As Priscilla turned her back to leave, I call out once more with all my courage I have left. The look in her eyes as she turned around is ice cold, in complete contrast to her fiery red eyes. The moment I misspeak at all, Priscilla will kill me without mercy. It's the same as when I encountered the bull hunter at the loot house, and when Rem glared at me with eyes full of hatred under the sunsets at night that time. However,
Just let me ask you one thing. Have you ever heard of a man called Wolf?
I don't care if my head goes flying off my body. It's just one thing I need to ask.
No. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, that'll do.
Then make haste and be gone, before I change my mind.
I wouldn't be surprised if she changed her mind as she speaks. My breath escaped my body and I'm unable to respond.
Let me escort them outside. Be sure to leave some appas for me, Princess.
Our casual comment is the only thing that gives me my stiff legs a chance to lift myself up. Whew! Alright, with that, I'm going to end today's episode. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.